for coming out. It's so nice to be back at Dead Crow. I'm happy to be here. The last relationship I was in, there was cheating, first by her, but then by her again. And after that second time, I was like, you know what? I have my pride, okay? So I'm sorry, but I'll date you for 2 more years, and then we got to reevaluate this relationship. At that time, when it comes to dating, a lot of guys are wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm more, would you like to listen to Wham in my van, ma'am? It's a little different. Wham is a band from the 80s. I'm not sure everybody knows that, a couple people. Also, I don't own a van. I'm leasing with an option to be a creep. 2 more payments. Let's tint those windows. My first concert was Bon Jovi. So far, I've referenced Wham and Bon Jovi. Real man's man on stage. Alpha energy, yeah. First concert was Bon Jovi. I was 12 years old. My mom took me. It was also the first time I ever smelled weed. I kept asking Mom to put the joint out. She was like, shut up, nerd. I drive better when I'm high. My bad, Melinda. You're awfully aggressive for a person who's actively smoking a joint. This is confusing for me. I grew weed last summer. Yeah, thank you. It was brave. I grew weed on my patio. I used a special brand of fertilizer called White Privilege. Have you guys... Anybody heard of that brand? Oh, it worked. Those plants grew tall and strong and oblivious to the plight of other plants. Just didn't give a shit. I had an uncle who liked his meat cooked rare. When he died, he wanted to be cremated. Irony. Considering how he liked his steaks cooked, I suggested we just brown him a little bit on both sides. But the family got their wish and ordered him well done. Yeah. Cooked him all the way through. Still delicious. Okay. 5 more jokes about death and I'm out of here. Have you ever seen a new cemetery? I saw one recently. Just 6 headstones and a lot of potential. Yeah. This was in my hometown, so I stopped to see if I could recognize any of the names in this skeleton patch. A couple minutes later, a lady came by to put flowers on one of the graves. I turned to her and said, won't it look nice when they fill this place up? I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I knew I had a problem for years before I told anybody, but people knew because I was being an alcoholic, you know? I left some clues. You can still find some of those clues in courthouses around this state. Pay attention to the file cabinets. I'm in there. Some recovering alcoholics would say, I can't call myself a sober person because I drink non-alcoholic beer. They're going to be shocked when they find out I'm doing heroin. Please don't tell them. They'll be very upset. I think we romanticize alcohol a lot, including in the titles of movies. These are actual names of documentaries about alcohol. How beer saved the world. Neat, the story of bourbon. Scotch, a golden dream. Documentary titles about my drinking wouldn't sound so hopeful. Mine would be, I have a problem. Neat. Four Loko, The Reckoning. Jägermeister, just do meth. That's my favorite one too. I got in an argument with my veterinarian. Well, my cat's veterinarian, right? One of my cats had a breathing problem, so I rushed her down to the vet's office there, and right away they basically demanded that I get my cat a rabies vaccine booster shot. And I was like, I'd like to focus on the fact that my cat is barely breathing. Can we handle that first? And then, separate of each other, the vet's assistant and the vet both presented me with this scenario. I declined the rabies shot. They go, okay, but if a bat gets in your house and bites one of your cats, you're gonna be in a world of trouble. I said, if a bat gets in my house and bites one of my cats, I'm gonna be in a hotel. Because one of my cats is now a vampire, which means that house is obviously cursed. So I'm out of there. The vet wound up giving me nasal drops for my cat. The vet's instructions were, yeah, it's easy. Just tilt her head back and put one drop in each nostril. Boop, boop. She actually said, boop, boop. Have you ever put anything in a cat's nostrils? Other than cocaine? Cats love cocaine. It actually chills them out. Don't Google that. Getting these drops in my cat's nose was impossible, so now I've just started saying boop, boop about other seemingly impossible things. Like, yeah, it's easy. You just provide universal health care and eliminate police brutality. Boop, boop. Sounds simple, right? By the way, I have no proof that cocaine makes cats relax. Do your own research. Don't trust me on that. And don't trust me around your cocaine because it will disappear every time. I had a daily cocaine habit for a couple years, and like most coke addicts, I loved it. I loved it so much. People usually talk about the downside of using cocaine, but without it, I would have never worked up the courage to steal from my family and friends. That was made possible mostly by cocaine and a few grudges I just couldn't let go of. Comedians tell you all the time, record your sets. You gotta record your sets. Do you record your sets? Yeah, I record most of them. Have you ever listened to your sets? Never once in my life. I try, but as soon as I hear my own voice, I come, and takes me right out of it every time. So many people in this room are coming right now. Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. All right, I'm Tony. You guys are great. Enjoy the rest of the show.